In this video, I'm going to show you how we can use the substitution method for finding the integral of trigonometric functions. The first example is integral of cosine theta times sine to the 3 theta d theta. We are looking for a part of this expression here, a part of this function here, to be u. And the other part should be derivative of that u. We remember from the derivative formulas that derivative of sine is cosine. So this is wrong to choose this all of sine to the 3 as u, because if you choose all of this as your u, then derivative of this would be 3 sine squared theta cosine theta. Do we have this in the integrand here? No, we don't have any 3 sine to the 2 cosine theta. So choose u something the derivative of that u usually is in your integrand, is in this expression here. So we choose u to be just sine of theta without the power. Only we choose u this, not all of this. Then derivative of sine du is cosine theta d theta. And as usual in the substitution method, we solve this for dx, or in this case d theta, and d theta would be du over cosine theta. At the end, this cosine with this cosine cancels. Let's now do the substitution. We substitute everything in terms of u. For cosine theta, we leave it. Sine theta is u, so sine to the 3 theta is u to the 3, so times by u to the 3. And d theta, from this d theta is du over cosine theta. This cosine with that cosine cancels, and only we are left with everything in terms of u. So integral of u to the 3 du. Based on the power rule in integral of u to the 3 is u to the 4 over 4 plus c. But remember, u originally is sine. So the answer is sine to the 4 theta d sine to the 4 theta all over 4 plus c. This is the answer of that integral. Let's take a look at the next example. Here we want to find the integral of secant to the 2 theta tangent to the 5 theta d theta. One of the reasons that the students struggle in the substitution method is that they don't remember derivative formulas. If you remember derivative formulas fully, immediately you remember when we see tan, we remember derivative of tan was secant to the 2. Now you can guess what is u in this example. So in this example, we choose u as tangent of theta. And we have a reason for that, because derivative of u is exactly secant to the 2 theta d theta, which we have in our integrand in this expression here. And this confirms that our substitution works. Again, solve this relation for d theta. D theta would be du over secant to the 2. Start substitution. Secant to the 2 theta times tan is u, so tan to the 5 is u to the 5. And d theta is, that d theta at the end is du over secant to the 2. So du over secant to the 2. Secant to the 2 from denominator, with that secant to the 2 in the numerator cancels, and we are left with u to the 5 du. Integral of u to the 5 is u to the 6 over 6. But what was u? U originally was tangent, so the answer is 1 over 6 tangent to the 6 plus c. Or you can write simply tangent to the 6 theta over 6 plus c. It's the same expression. And this is the answer of that integral. Now look at this important example. We are going to solve this example, but I highly recommend you to memorize as an important formula integral of tangent and integral of cotangent. In this example, we are going to find the integral of cotangent x dx. It's good to memorize these integral of these important functions. How we can find integral of cotangent x dx? In some textbooks, this is a formula that you can memorize, but here is an example, and we want to find an answer for this integral. You cannot find the answer for this integral right away in this form. Remember from trig identity that what was the meaning of cotangent? Cotangent is basically cosine over sine, and tangent is sine over cosine. It's the reciprocal of that. So cotangent is cosine over sine. So I'm going to use this identity, and I'm going to replace that cotangent with cosine over sine. And I have a good reason for that. Now it's easy to find this integral. I am going to use the substitution method. I am going to choose this as u, and then when I choose this as u, derivative of u is here. Maybe you think by yourself, okay, wait a minute, but why you are not choosing the numerator as u? Then derivative of numerator is almost in the denominator. But attention, if you choose u as cosine x, what is the derivative of u? Negative sine of x. Don't worry for this negative, focus on this sine. Do we have any sine of x here? If you are thinking, yes, we have sine of x. No, it's not sine of x. I need sine x exactly. But this is not sine x. This is basically sine x in the denominator. And when you have sine x in the denominator, it's basically 1 over sine x. But I need sine x in numerator. So it's not going to work. That's the reason it's not a good idea to choose numerator as u. And usually when you have a rational function, a fraction, not a rational function, a fraction, something in numerator, something in the denominator, it's better to first try to choose u as the denominator. Then if it's not working, choose the numerator as u. So in this case, u is sine of x. And then du immediately is cosine x dx. Solve this for dx, then dx is du over cosine x. So let's do the substitution. The denominator is sine x and sine x is u. The cosine x, we leave it as cosine x. dx is du over cosine x. Cosine x from numerator with denominator cancels, then we have du over u. Remember, integral of du over u is ln of u, or ln of absolute of u is better to say. Ln of absolute of u, but u was originally sine of x, so the answer is ln of sine of x plus c. So the integral of cotangent x is ln of absolute of sine of x plus c. Integral of cotangent is ln of sine. And also it's not bad to memorize integral of tangent x. Similar to cotangent, you can find this by yourself. Write tangent as sine over cosine, then choose the denominator as u, and you will see that the answer of this is negative ln of cosine x. Which, if you move this negative to the power here, you remember that? Probably you remember. We can move the exponent in log functions to here, and we can move the coefficient to the power as well. If we move this negative to the power, then we can write ln of cosine x to the power of negative 1. But cosine x to the negative 1 is 1 over cosine x. Because the power negative means reciprocal. 1 over. So we can write this answer as ln of 1 over cosine. But what is the name of 1 over cosine in trigonometry? 1 over cosine is secant. So the answer can be written simply as ln of absolute of secant of x plus c. So integral of tangent is negative ln of cosine x or ln of absolute of sine of x. It's up to you which form do you like more to memorize. And if you don't like to memorize, simply remember the process. Now look at this example. Integral of sine of x times cosine x over 1 plus sine to the 2x. This seems a little challenging question. Again, this is a fraction, so the first thing that comes to our mind is let's try to see if it works or not. We choose u as denominator. We don't know it works or not. We try. du is derivative of u. Derivative of 1 is 0. Derivative of sine to the 2, remember the first you have to apply the power. Bring the exponent, bring the power to the front, so 2 sine x. Is this the answer? No. Derivative of sine to the 2. Bring the power down. Sine to the 2 is basically sine of x, all to the 2. Bring this down, subtract the power by 1, then you have this. Don't forget to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is cosine. So derivative is this. Now when we look at the numerator, we notice that we almost have this in numerator. So this shows that our substitution is right. Now let's solve this for dx. If we solve this for dx would be du over 2 sine x cosine x. Now let's apply the substitution. Let's do the substitution. Sine x cosine x, all of the denominator is u, and dx is du over 2 sine x cosine x. Sine x cosine x and sine x cosine x cancels, and we are left with du in numerator and 2u in the denominator. I prefer to move the 2 to the outside. Attention, it's not 2, it's basically 1/2 because 2 is in the denominator. So we can rewrite this as 1/2 integral of du over u. Du over u. But integral of du over u is ln of u, so the answer is 1/2 ln of u. And this can be written as 1/2 ln of 1 plus sine squared x plus c. The reason that we don't need to put absolute here is that this expression is always positive, and when something is positive you don't need to put any absolute for that. But it's completely fine to put absolute in your answer. And attention, if you like, you can write this final answer in this form as well. Sometimes in some textbook they write the answer in this form. This is completely the same. What happened? We move this 1/2 to the exponent, and when we have power 1/2 it's the same as a radical, so it becomes like this. I hope by watching this video you have learned a little more about finding the integral of trigonometric functions. Basically using substitution method for finding integral of functions involving trig functions. Of course, you have to learn more for finding integral of trigonometric functions because it's an important topic in integrals. If you like this video, please subscribe in my channel and see you in the next videos.